You are watching
Trinity Episcopal School Production Network. TESPN.
All right, welcome to this week's TESPN podcast. This is probably the biggest group of people we've ever had on one of these, but I'm really excited to welcome 4 of the seniors from this fall's awesome boys soccer team. We've got all the way to the state finals. We've got Ben Mills, Colin Flood, Charlie Kemp, and Davis Guise, and then my co-host here, Nathaniel Milligan. And the first thing I wanted to ask you all is, you guys had a really special group of seniors, not just you 4, but I think there's 5 others, as well as 2 or 3 of your managers. Just the class of 2023 really, I think, changed and made an impact on the boys soccer program that's going to leave a lasting legacy. So, Ben, we'll start with you, and then just kind of go down the line. Can you just speak to the bond that your class had and how you all view your legacy now that you've played your last game here?
Yeah. I mean, I think our chemistry, the way we played together, it all started in the off season after we lost to Cape Henry junior year. I remember all of us sitting around, Moby on the bus ride home, just thinking like, we're not going to feel this way again. We're going to win it for our seniors next year, and we're all going to work in the off season. And every guy on here, all the seniors, a lot of the underclassmen, we're at U of R, we were here playing in pickups, in the weight room grinding, just kind of creating that chemistry on the field, and then, always hanging out after, going to get team dinners or just hanging out in our free time, creating that off the field chemistry too. So I think I give most of our success to our chemistry and how well we work together, how well we work on and off the field, and just the way we get along too. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would say we had a really tight-knit group, and everyone would push each other. If one person was grinding, someone else just wanted to work harder than them. So we all just push each other in that way.
Yeah, we had a very good bond off the field, which I think really helped the on-the-field chemistry, because we were all almost really close friends outside of soccer, which really helps each other, and we know that we can talk to each other and be honest with each other and open up. That will help on the field and play.
Yeah, like Charlie said, off the field was a big part of it. Starts going to McDonald's after practices. So
Yeah, getting that healthy food.
Yep, healthy food. And then going to hang out like Ben Mills' hot tub or whatever. It's just hanging out off the field is really important, especially teaching each other how to become better leaders and lead all the younger players.
All right, so I know Davis, Charlie, and Flood, you all were all on varsity freshman year, and then Ben, you joined, I think, junior year, sophomore year. How does your experiences playing a varsity level sport as an underclassman help you grow this team to what it was this year? Start with Davis and go down the line.
Yeah, so as a freshman, you learn from your captains, senior captains, and a big part of that came from our seniors, teaching us how to lead the team, and it left a big impact on us for when we became seniors.
Yeah, I think it helped tremendously. We had 2 very good captains. Shout out to Doof and Matt. They really paved our way all the way for the 4 years of our varsity playing, which helped us come this year and have a very good season.
Yeah, I mean, you really learn from your past captains, their habits, their ways, and their leadership, and it just helps you grow as a person. I mean, it hurt us as a group because we didn't really have a season our sophomore year. So our junior year, we kind of really didn't have that leadership aspect that we had our senior year, because it kind of took a growing year for us to learn how to be leaders and how to develop a group under us.
Yeah, I mean, these guys get to play varsity freshman year, and I joined in on the COVID year sort of deal. So I really look to them for leadership, people in my own class, because it wasn't a crazy big season or anything, but I took the leadership and saw them and just kind of followed in their footsteps and tried to join in with them.
And for the record, I mean, Ben, to your credit, 4 of the starters, you all played in a state championship game. 4 of the starters were JV players as 9th graders. You, Jack Fannin, Reed Bacon, and Mitchell Kugelman. And Liam. 5. My bad, 5. And actually, as the guy who was coaching that JV team, most of you guys didn't even start on JV as 9th graders, much less make the varsity team. So, but no, in all seriousness, it's a credit to the work that the 5 of you put in. Mitchell was the 3rd string JV keeper and ends up putting up a clean sheet against the number 1 seed, in the semifinals. So No, I mean, I give him a lot of credit as well as all five of you who were JV players for following the example of these guys who did make varsity and lifting your play. And I think if you had gone to a game this year and asked someone who didn't know, like, oh, which guys played varsity all 4 years versus who didn't, I don't think that you, for the most part, would have really been able to tell. So I want to ask you all about the coaches. Coach Phillips is obviously a legend. He got a huge, kind of lifetime achievement award this year from the state of Virginia Athletic Association. This was the farthest that any of his teams have gone, and he's been the head coach for over 20 years and was an assistant for 10 years before that. But you've also got Norville. You got your dad, Coach Mills. You got Coach Yazinski and Coach Tyree. So really an amazing coaching staff, I thought. But could you just speak to how that staff worked together and maybe what each individual coach brought to the table to help you guys achieve what you did?
Yeah, I mean, every coach kind of had their own role, and they knew that. They accepted that. I mean, with Tyree, with the goalies, they've come so far. I mean, they're amazing now, both Joe and Mitchell. Joe saving us in the Woodbury game with those penalties, and Mitchell in the collegiate game. And, Yaz helped a lot of our back line with, positioning and pushing forward. Norville just with everybody, kind of being that tough coach that pushes you and, gets in your face, that makes you better. My dad, I know, helped me a lot in the offseason, and even Flood back in the day, even though he didn't need it as much, with attacking and shooting and everything like that. And then Phillips, bringing it together, being that leader, head coach, holding us accountable for everything we did wrong and, praising us for everything we did right. So, I mean, I said yes. Yeah,
he said he did the back line.
Yeah, I called yes.
They're like that.
Yeah, we're like that, I guess.
Well, Ben, that was a pretty thorough answer. Any of you guys have anything to add about on the coaches?
Yeah, I mean, you really play for your coaches. Towards later games of the season, you're playing for your team, yes, but you're also playing, see the happiness on your coach's face, seeing their, reactions to how you're playing. It, helps you play better if you have someone to play for.
Yeah, for me, it's a big thank you to Coach Phillips because Floody, Davis, and I, and sometimes Ben would come out over the summer and go out, and we would always see Coach out there, and he would probably put in more work than we would, getting the field ready, getting all the coaching staff locked in for the season. He was always out late at night, early morning, so I think a lot of credit goes to him.
I mean, yeah, I know all of us learned a lot from especially Coach Phillips, not even just on the field, but off the field. He taught us a lot of lessons. He's always pushing for us to be better, getting to school on time and things like that. It's just, he really helps motivate you to be better, in school and off the field as much as on the field.
So, as Coach Hamlin said earlier, this is the farthest any of the Trinity Boys soccer teams have ever gone. So, thinking back on your 4 years, what is your most memorable moment?
Definitely, for me, being collegiate at City Stadium is my most memorable moment. It was our first City Stadium game, the whole team, everyone team, first game at City Stadium, and we won. It felt like the feeling was just amazing.
I mean, I'd go off that with Davis. I mean, it was a great moment. I also think, the team camps that we've gone on, we went up to Bucknell this summer. I mean, it was a great, team bonding moment. We learned each other before the season. It really helped us grow.
I mean, for me, it had to be beating collegiate over there because that was the first time we've beaten them at their campus in a long time. I think since our guys did it in states a couple years back. That last week goal. But watching Floody get that hat trick and just beating those guys, talking trash to them, it felt amazing.
Yeah, I think for me it would be smoking collegiate 2 times in a year. And then also the camps at Bucknell with Mitchell Kugelman. Shout out Mitchell Kugelman. I know he had a blast.
For the folks who are watching this that really are big soccer fans, just of the sport, I was curious, when you look at some of the professional, let's say European teams, Man City, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Liverpool, PSG, those kind of giants of club soccer. In terms of style of play, what was our team? Who did it remind you of? Who would you say?
Gosh, that's a good question. 94 AC Milan. I would say
94 AC Milan.
We got Paulo Maldini back there with Dave. Got Flood up there in the attack. I mean, I think we just mended so well together, like that team. Like our chemistry was crazy. Like I feel like we always had each other's backs.
I mean, I don't know what team directly, because like European teams do push consistency, and I don't know if we had that like straight up like skill that they had, but I would say we played pretty direct, and like we looked to find goals fast and early. Like we didn't really like have really much of a build up, like some clubs do, like Man City. I mean, we just have to push the pace of the game and find our goal.
Yeah, I would say the same as Flood.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Flood. I think like the way we play, it's very direct, but also like I think one of our top attributes was probably team chemistry. So whatever, I don't watch much soccer, but whatever team that translates to is probably team chemistry is one of the best.
All right, let's do this. A lot of times we end with a lightning round, but instead of my normal lightning round, I want to do it like this. I'm going to ask several categories, and I want you to name your teammate that you think fits that category. Okay? Okay. So, funniest.
Reed.
Ben Mills.
Reed.
Joe Turkoway.
Smartest.
No one.
Fannin.
Ben Gravely.
Jack Fannin.
Who is going to be like the most successful in life?
Flood.
Charlie Kemp.
Colin Flood.
Who has the best shot?
Flood.
Mitchell.
Flood.
Colin Flood.
Who is your favorite underclassman?
Gravely.
Shaggy.
Hayes.
Shaggy.
Hayes.
Best dressed?
Reed.
Reed. Yeah, I'd probably say Reed.
I'd say Reed Bacon too.
Best hair?
Myself.
Joe Turkley.
Mitchell Kugelman.
Liam Smith.
Most sensitive?
Charlie.
Fannin.
Fannin.
Yeah, for sure.
Toughest?
Joe Turk.
Ben Mills.
Ben Mills.
Joe Turkoway.
And if you, this is like a really weird question that just popped in my head, but like,
God.
if you could be anyone on the team besides yourself, who do you wish you were?
Like, what do you mean?
Like you could just trade and be that person.
No, Dave.
Dave.
Ben.
Colin Flood for sure.
All right. Well, hopefully viewers enjoyed watching this. In all seriousness, congratulations. I talked about this at the state championship game, but the class of 2023 really did leave a legacy. You all wanted to do that. You did do that, and just as a member of the Trinity Athletic Program and someone who's coached soccer here for many years and played soccer here many years ago, I just want to thank you all for your contributions. And we do have a little studio audience here, so anyone in the audience want to ask these guys some questions? Anything?
And then TB wants to.
TV wants to.
TV.
Come on, David.
Shout out TV Talk.
Most embarrassing soccer moment.
I know
have
it is for
one.
Ben Mills.
Mine would be
When he
Ben
missed the
Mills,
tap in
yeah.
from 1 yard away.
Mine would be Ben Mills getting a little scared on scoring goals.
It's yourself, Charles.
Oh, okay.
Mine would be Charlie when he missed a penalty on senior night.
I
He somehow got another penalty.
I hate it.
Probably getting a red card in the state final. For sure.
That was pretty bad. Bad call. Bad call.
I would say missing the tap in for myself. That was my favorite.
Anybody else have questions?
If you could play at any college, what college would it be?
Chapel Hill.
UNC. Yeah.
UVA.
UCLA.
UVA.
Oh, I got one more. What advice would you give to your younger self?
I would say like really trust your confidence and you control your own destiny. Like work hard and like you'll be great.
Yeah, I mean, stay consistent. Like, keep doing what you're doing. Like, be consistent every day. Put in the grind every day. Work hard every day. And, like, you'll get a good result.
I would always say to put in the effort and the hours and count on yourself, bet on yourself.
I would say results don't come from in season; they come a lot from the off season.
Anybody else? All right, well, thanks again, guys. Also, shout out to the best team parent I've ever seen, Lauren Flood. She kept these guys well fed, well
Mama Flood.
dressed. So, Lauren Flood, we love you. And you guys were awesome. Thanks, fellas.
Thank you.
For the lightning round, I was like hoping